Hi, Tim here. In this video, I'm going to show you a real quick demonstration of how I use artificial intelligence to build proofs of concepts. Sometimes they may end up being MVPs. Who knows? But at least you'll get an insight as to what I'm doing to build a proof of concept as far as a software product is concerned. I use Perplexity and the Spaces functionality in order to set up a space where all of my guidance for how I generate product requirements documents is laid out. So the coding standards, as well as any specific product related concepts that I want for the product requirements document to follow when it's being generated, all of that is set up in Perplexity so that the process of generating the PRD is really constrained and tightly managed. In fact, I even set up a profile description so that Perplexity acts in a certain way. And you may know that from your own experience using prompt engineering. Once a PRD is created, I do my own QA to make sure that it meets my original intent. Oftentimes, I'm constraining the PRD to very specific details, say, run on a generic cloud or a specific cloud, use a programming language like Python, which happens to be my preference, be able to orchestrate it through containers like using Docker as a way to containerize the different modules of the application. A lot of things that, on the face of it don't seem that important, but when you start having the AI chat agents in your IDE or say like your GitHub or GitLab repository start doing the work, these are things that are really important, as well as other non-functional requirements like, hey, I need a database. What type of database? Well, I want to prefer an open source database in this particular case. In fact, this particular proof of concept is really grounded in open source so that it can be evolved and be proven out if it becomes an MVP and scaled. And that's another thing that I think about as well, which is what does the future of this look like? Because ultimately, my goal is to hand the team, as a product professional, my idea for what this thing might look like. That's product ownership. This is about being on the business side of the equation and kind of acting on the product vision, solving the specific problem that we are building towards solving, which is a very important thing. And by the way, that actually went into my prompt at the very beginning. I don't know if you caught that. That's the reason why I'm saying it now. Go back, review where the video started as I clicked enter on the prompt in Perplexity. All right, we've gotten to the point where GitHub CoPilot is actually doing the heavy lifting of coding out the product requirements document. One thing I want to point out is the fact that I use Visual Code Studio as my integrated development environment. I forgot to say integrated development environment in the prior clip, but I'm saying it now. If you're not familiar with the abbreviation IDE. So GitHub Copilot is following the instructions that I put into the PRD as far as, hey, these are the things that I want built out to get this proof of concept ready, or the, you know, get this thing set up properly. And so it's executing on the different steps. Now, oftentimes, and I think that this is advisable, if you've got a software development background, really scrutinize the steps that your AI co-creator or AI co-developer is going through so that you understand what's being built. Now, this is a demonstration, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time QAing all the different steps. It's more to give you an idea of what you might be able to do as far as getting a POC out the door into the hands of the team as a product pro, and help the team understand where this thing might be headed, because this is all about a conversation. We talk about a backlog in product development. We're in an age where AI actually enables accelerated backlog creation based on rapid prototyping and putting together a proof of concept. This is the reason why, if you're good and you're diligent about what you do up front, you can accelerate delivery of value, because now you're working with the team, you're working with an AI co-developer, and you're all building together. Now, opinions may vary. I prefer to have strong opinions, but hold them loosely. But this is the art of product development. This is really, in my opinion, where generative AI is going to accelerate how we build products and build them better, faster, at a higher quality level. It's not going to remove the need for human creativity. And it is not, I repeat, not going to get rid of software developers. Oftentimes, and I've heard this, and I've seen this myself, these chatbots, they don't do so good creating working code. Just don't tell them that. All right. You've gotten to this point in the video, and I want to congratulate you because this is like watching paint dry. And I know that. But the whole point of this was really to show you how quickly you could stand up a repository that becomes kind of a playground for your team to work in just under 15 minutes. Just under 15 minutes. I mean, the paint drying process, of course, which is really just stepping through what the CoPilot or GitHub Copilot in this particular case is doing as far as creating the necessary things that are defined in the PRD. This is really the magic. And this is the future of software product development. I'm saying this not to scare you. I'm saying this to say that if you're part of a development team and say you're a business analyst or a scrum master or an agile coach or whatever you're defining your role to be from the business side of a development team, you finally have an opportunity to really get in and get your hands dirty in the work. And I'm not saying that you're going to change your role, but you know what? This is the opportunity to build the capability that you need to be very successful going forward in the future of product development. This way, and it's not the right way, it's not the best way, but this way of working with generative AI, working with your developers, is going to shape what the future of software product development looks like. Heck, it may be defining the future as we know it. So thank you for getting this far in the video. I deeply appreciate it. I wanted to show you how I do proofs of concept. Again, this is a way. It's not the right way. It's not the best way. It's a way. And going into this with an open mind and with a willingness to learn, that is where your superpower is going to lie. And that is something that generative artificial intelligence cannot take away from you as a human on a software product development team. And I would dare say this may even extend out to physical product development teams. Don't know yet. Stay tuned. I may have another video coming up once I get a chance to talk to some teams who are actually building things in the physical world. Again, thank you, Tim. Appreciate you being here. And this was yet again another Tim Unscripted video.